As we mentioned earlier, the end-of-year holiday travel period begins today, and if you're one of millions of people taking the roads, law enforcement wants you to know they'll also be out and about looking for any impaired or unsafe driving. Joining us now to talk about what San Diego police are doing to keep everyone safe this holiday season are officers Anthony Carrasco and Michael Denigan. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
We're rolling into the holiday season. People are together for celebrations, parties. People make bad decisions, get behind the wheel when they're impaired. What are we doing when it comes to expanded law enforcement right now in San Diego for this time of year?
One of the things that we're doing is increasing patrols with saturation patrols. That's officers that are specific to DUI enforcement. So they're in patrol cars, they're making traffic stops, but they're not actually responsible to answering radio calls, like 911 calls, report calls. So they can just focus on getting impaired drivers off the road. Another thing that we're doing is we've increased some DUI checkpoints in San Diego. And the purpose of the checkpoints is really just to get people to talk about it, for people to take photos of the checkpoint, tell their friends.
Yeah.
It's a really big deterrent. It's more of a prevention tool than actually getting drunk drivers or impaired drivers off the road.
You actually answered my next question, because I was going to ask DUI checkpoints. Is it about the arrest, the awareness, or just getting people talking about this?
I would say the biggest focus is to raise awareness, to let people know that we are out here looking for impaired drivers and getting them off the road. There is the added benefit. We do make arrests at these DUI checkpoints. I believe we made 12 arrests at the last one in Pacific Beach. That being said, it's all about public awareness and building people's minds the fact that we are out here and we are looking for these dangerous drivers.
And it's not just awareness, it's setting standards for people to understand this isn't what we want people to be doing in society. Do it for your neighbor, if nothing else. Is the public getting the message? Are we seeing any trends when it comes to DUI behavior?
I think that what we're seeing is an increase in DUIs that involve substances other than alcohol. So whether that's marijuana, or THC pen, the vape pens, prescription drugs, street drugs, any substance that's not alcohol, we're seeing an increase in impaired drivers with those substances.
So are there things people need to be looking out for in their own behaviors? Are there decisions they can make that they may not realize are mistakes before they take the wheel?
Absolutely. Alcohol, it impairs a person's ability to make reasonable, good decisions. If you're going to be drinking out with friends over the holidays, make sure before you even head out to the bar, make sure you have a plan to get yourself home. Because once you start drinking, that's when bad decisions start happening. You might think that you are safe to get behind the wheel, when in reality you most certainly are not.
And my understanding, you made the most arrests in the SDPD this year, and that number was well over 100. Where are we at right now?
Right now, sir, we're at 105.
You know, this has got to be you're out at a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
You see some horrific stuff out there after DUI crashes. And now we've also seen this year, we've lost a police officer, Lauren Craven, in the East County to DUI driver. Some of your comrades were hit just last weekend. How does it impact you as an officer when people keep making these decisions?
I work for our collision investigation unit. My primary responsibility is fatality and serious injury traffic collisions. Seeing the impact impaired drivers have made on our roadways has definitely struck home. Seeing the amount of innocent lives taken, the amount of property damage, the amount of innocent people hurt, it's appalling that these reckless criminal decisions have caused so much pain in our communities.
I think that it's a ripple effect. Definitely everything that Officer Denigan said, but you have to think about the financial implications that a DUI is going to have on yourself and for your family. If a first-time DUI, the average is $13,500, and I don't know about you, but if I had to incur that cost in my family, it would place a financial burden on me and my family. So if I don't know if we're in the holidays, or the holiday season, we're trying to put food on the table, we're all trying to celebrate. It affects a lot of people, including your own family and your own loved ones.
Yeah. I understand you're both what's known as drug recognition experts. What does that mean?
DRE, it's a specialized law enforcement training that enables certified officers to better identify drivers who are under the influence of various types of drugs, and to identify which category of drug that they're under the influence of. At least in my personal experience, I've made a large amount of arrests for drivers who are operating vehicles while under the influence of prescription medications. If you're driving a vehicle, make sure you understand what your medications are, what side effects they have on you. Read the warning labels carefully. A lot of these come with warnings saying, do not operate heavy machinery. Right. That includes a motor vehicle.
So you're a public information officer. It's getting the word out is big. The words are kind of changing. We've talked about driving under the influence so much, but we're really starting to use the wording driving while impaired more. Why is it important to get people to think in those terms a little bit more?
Well, I think that everybody can recognize that driving drunk is dangerous.
Right.
But what is safe is a lot less than that. So if you're driving different, then if whatever you're under the influence of is making you drive different, then you could be seeing a DUI.
You know, one thing that's going on outside of this is that, you know, society, younger people are drinking less, but does that mean we're seeing less of them drive under the influence, or is it more of them driving while impaired? Are we seeing any difference generationally, I guess is what I'm asking?
We're seeing, at least personally, I'm seeing a lot more drivers under the influence of cannabis. That includes the younger generation. That being said, there's still quite a few younger folks who are driving while heavily intoxicated. It's I would say both trends are going up, not going down.
One of the challenging things is the THC, the vape pens.
Yeah.
There's no odor of any substance. So like with alcohol, you can smell alcohol coming out of the car, or if they're smoking marijuana, you can smell that smell coming out. But with these vape pens, they're really easy to conceal, and you can't smell it. So it's creating a little bit, it's a little bit more challenging for officers, and that's where that DRE training really comes in, because in that course you're trained to look at maybe smaller things that the average officer doesn't get in the academy, and the evaluation from a DRE is so in depth. I mean, looking at your pulse and your blood pressure, your body temperature. So having the opportunity to go to drug recognition expert training and the state for helping fund some of that training has been really helpful to our agency.
Big help, and I know we're working on technology getting acquired and distributed and people trained on to help you guys out with that. Again, DUI patrols out, heavy enforcement. Thank you guys for what you're doing. San Diego Police will have a full force out on the streets these coming days.